So you just arrived in Germany and feeling lost or overwhelmed with bureaucracy? Then watch this video till the end. I am going to tell you all the necessary things to take care of as soon as you arrive in Germany. And guess what? Everything is based on my personal experience, that how I managed everything after I moved to Germany. So it's the most practical guide which is going to help you a lot. So let's get right into it. The first thing is to buy the phone SIM. You can buy it at the airport or supermarkets or the carrier shops, but I would personally recommend you to buy it at the airport because it requires identity verification for activation. You could not simply just put the SIM in your phone and then it would start working. No, it doesn't work like that. So I would recommend you to buy the SIM at the airport and just get it activated on the spot. One tip I would like to add is just simply take the photo of its puck and pin code. You can thank me later for that. The next thing you have to do is residence registration. It is known as Anmeldung. That is very important. So you can start the house hunting using the Facebook groups and search the local websites. Just keep in mind that the registration for that house is possible because sometimes there are accommodations which does not provide the registration as well. So just make sure that the house you are going to get must allow the registration, and watch out for the minimum rental period. Just read your housing contract very carefully because some houses have the minimum rental period of 1 year and some has like 6 months or maybe 3 months. So just carefully read the contract that what you can afford. And also look carefully what includes the warm rent and the cold rent. Normally when you visit the websites for the housing, you will see the cold rent, and when you click the property, you will see an increased amount which is actually the warm rent. So sometimes there is a big difference between the cold and the warm rent. So just be careful about that. And also beware of the housing scams and stay away from the fishy websites. And once you get the house, just make sure your last name is tagged in your mailbox and the doorbell as soon as you get the keys, because you are going to receive a lot of letters in your mailbox based on that. The process of residence registration is pretty simple. You can book an online appointment using their official website. Just in case you are not able to find an appointment, then just keep checking and refreshing the page from time to time. I am sure you will get a slot. And then just bring the required documents mentioned on their official website. And once you registered the residence, after a few days you will receive the tax identification number. And just in case you want to receive it, just simply visit the local Bürgeramt and ask for it. They will provide it to you right on the spot. The next thing that you have to do is the internet contract. Some houses already have it, and for some you need to buy your own contract on your own name. So just confirm it from your housing agency or house owner and simply ask for internet provider and the process. Just be very careful what you download or stream or with whom you are going to share your internet, because Germany has very strict copyright and streaming laws, and if you will not take care of it, you might get into trouble later on. The next thing you have to do is the electricity contract. So again, some houses already have it included in the rent, and for some you need to buy your own electricity contract on your name. So just confirm it from your housing agency or house owner and simply ask for the provider and the process. Normally it's online, where you have to visit their official website and get yourself registered over there. The next thing you have to do is the liability insurance and home contents insurance, because some housing companies requires it and it is mentioned in the housing contract. So read the contract carefully And you don't have to do this before renting the house. It's fine to get the house, you moved in, you have the keys and everything. And after that, you can just simply register for these two insurances. And normally they are not that expensive, they are pretty cheap. So no need to worry much about that. The next very important thing is opening the bank account. I would highly recommend to select the bank that is near your home, because then you can easily visit it from time to time if you need. The process is pretty simple. You simply need to visit the bank branch in person and bring the necessary documents. There are also some online banks, but I would personally recommend you to select a bank which has an on-site branch. And once your account is opened, you will receive a PIN code for your online banking portal, in which you can just log in and do all the payments and transactions and everything. And you will also receive the debit card, which is going to help you all the payments in supermarkets and everything. There's one more thing I would like to add here, that you can ask for an additional card for online payments, because some banks provide a debit card which don't have this functionality. So you can simply order an additional card which has the required numbers through which you can do all the online payments, and you also connect it with your phone, and then you can do all the online payments for the shopping, booking, whatever you want. The next important thing you have to do is register for health insurance. You have to register with the public health insurance. So there are multiple providers you can select as per your need. Just simply visit their websites and see what suits you best. And you can also switch to the private health insurance later on, but be very careful because it has some limitations in the future. So just have a look on all the pros and cons that you might have to face in the future. So for the process, you simply need to visit their local office and start the process of registration. And once you get registered, after a few days, you will receive the electronic health card that you are going to need to visit the doctors, or maybe in some cases the pharmacies and everything. And on the card, there will be written an insurance number that you are going to need to provide to your employer in case of employment. The next thing you have to do is register at immigration office known as Ausländerbehörde. So if you are a student, first you have to visit your university admission office to get your university card and access to the university portal and enroll in the courses. Some universities provide services for the visa-related processes, and if they don't, then you have to make the appointment with immigration office by yourself. And in case of employment, you could simply contact your office HR department. They will guide you for the required documents, appointments, and the process for your related residence permit card. And in case you have to do this by yourself, then you need to get an appointment and visit your local immigration office, Ausländerbehörde, to apply for the related residence permit card, and it depends on your nationality. You will get its appointment online as well. The next thing that you have to do is to register with the radio tax. Every household in Germany is obliged to pay a radio tax. And the process is that you have to register with the ARDZDF. You can simply register online by visiting their official website and then attach your bank account with it, and then the required amount will be automatically deducted. And even if you don't register online, after some days, once your residence is registered, you will automatically receive forms in your mailbox which you have to fill for registration, and then you can simply post them. The last thing that you have to do is to register for pension insurance. It's a vital component of the Germany's social welfare system. It provides financial security during retirement and provides a basic level of income for individuals who have contributed to the system, and it's mandatory in most cases of employment. So the process is that you need to visit the local German pension insurance office and then get registered. After that, you will receive a social security number that you are going to need to provide to your employer in case of employment. So yeah, these are the basic mandatory things that you have to do after you arrive in Germany. Now I am going to add some bonus tips which are going to be very helpful for you. So I would recommend you to enroll at a German language course so at least you can interact with the locals on a very basic level and understand things around. Secondly, do not ignore any letter you receive in your mailbox. Just take the required action on time to avoid unnecessary stress later on. Another important thing is do not take house registration for granted. In case you couldn't find an accommodation where you can register, still simply visit the Burgramt and then tell them that I am living with my friend or whatever just temporarily and I couldn't find any Anmeldung yet. They really respect that. So just don't try to live somewhere where you are not registered. That is going to be a problem for you in the future. One small thing I would like to suggest you is to try to keep an extra house key in your bag just in case you lost your key, then you won't lock yourself out. Another thing that helped me a lot is joining all the related Facebook groups just to keep in touch with your local community, and if you have any questions you can just simply post over there and you will get an answer right away. And the last but not the least, I would suggest you just install a ticket buying app for the public transport. That is going to save you a lot of time, and with the help of that you can buy the ticket anywhere, anytime. So yeah, that's all you need to know for now after you arrive in Germany, and I wish you all the best with your new chapter of life. If you find this video helpful, just like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.